In this lesson, we're going to look at how to create an abstract class. An abstract class is similar to a superclass. The main difference is you can't instantiate an abstract class, and therefore it very often fits better into a hierarchical or inheritance chain because, again, looking at the example from last lesson and the one we're going to be implementing just now, there is really no such thing as a shape. You have to create a type of shape. But you would probably want to inherit from a shape class. So we create that as an abstract class to use it for inheritance purposes, but not for instantiation purposes. And the way to do it is very simple. I'm going to create a new class. I'll call this ABS shape for abstract shape. And notice that BlueJ lets me create it as an abstract class. So I'm going to click OK. Let's open the code. And you'll see that really the only difference is right here. Let's get rid of everything else because we're going to borrow our code from the other example. The keyword abstract is used. And what that means is that we're not going to be able to instantiate the class. Everything else will be exactly the same. So let's minimize this. Let's open our shape class. Let's borrow all the code. Close it. Come back to our abstract class. Paste that code in. Everything looks fine. Let's compile. Let's rename that like so. Compile again. There we go. That's a problem with cut and paste. You sometimes make little mistakes like that. So let's close. Let's open our rectangle class. Let's rename the class we're extending from, the class we're inheriting from, to abstract shape. Compile again. It's all good. Let's close that. Let's open up our test shape program. Now let's watch what happens here. Let's try to create a new abstract shape just so I can show you what happens here. So let's compile, and there's our error. Abstract shape is abstract, cannot be instantiated. So this is really kind of more of a behind the scenes approach to programming, but it is the preferred and standard method for when you're working with an inheritance chain where the superclass is a class you do not want to instantiate. You create it as an abstract class and then base all of your other classes, your rectangles, your circles, your squares, on that abstract shape. That wraps up this lesson on abstract classes, and we're going to move to the last lesson in this section where we're going to talk about composition.